Hello, Taylor Ellwood, your mad scientist and magical experimenter at magicalexperiments.com. And this is week 6 of where I'm telling my story about how I worked with alchemy and how it changed my life when I moved to Seattle. We have one more week of this particular story, and then I'll move on to some other stories. But what I want to talk about today is the alchemical process of distillation. So, once you've gone through the process of fermentation, you have to separate what's been fermented from the putrefaction, and that's where distillation comes into play. It's basically a process of further purification, removing what isn't working, the putrefaction, the stuff that's really kind of the decomposing, not good stuff from the fermentation itself, what's been fermented, what's been made fertile. When I was in Seattle, as you might recall, I was in this process of looking for work. I was working as a house cleaner. I was really depressed. I'd been told, that nobody was going to hire me with the energy coming from me. And so that next week, that week of distillation, I really spent some time working on myself. I kept cleaning the houses, but I really focused on cleaning myself as well. I really focused on getting into a better mood. I realized that I had approached living in Seattle from the wrong place. I was feeling rootless, and I was feeling like I wasn't welcome there, but that I needed to change my attitude. I needed to change how I was showing up if I wanted to make something out of this place. And so what I did is I really started to look at how I was showing up in every interaction that I was having. And I really took a hard look at what I was feeling depressed about, and I just acknowledged that yes, I was feeling depressed, but it was time to let that depression go, that I needed to move forward with my life. I had made these choices, and it was time to make the most of them. And that really helped. Because in making that effort, really focusing in on myself, I was able to start to put myself into a better place and a better mood. And as a result, I talked to my partner at the time, and I basically said, look, I don't want to work at this house cleaning job. I know I can get a job, but I need to be able to actually have a chance to get to the interviews, and if I'm working at this house cleaning job, it's not going to happen. And so we agreed that, I should just go ahead and quit the job and get back to the job hunt. And because I was actually getting people interested, and so that's what I did. At the end of that week, I let go of that cleaning job, and I focused on getting back to that job hunt. And that was really the result of the distillation, because I had changed how I was showing up. I was no longer letting myself show up in a way that was negative. I was instead choosing to let go of the negativity, to distill myself really, and get back to who I knew I could be, allowing the alchemy to change my life and to fully bring me over to the process of transformation. Now next week I'll share the final results of what happened as a result of doing the 7-week working, when I talk about coagulation. But I want you to really kind of think back, across these videos, what we've really explored is this process of applying the 7 stages of alchemy to a person's life and doing this 1 week at a time. There is a lot of hard transformative work that occurs, and it occurs in ways that you may not expect. That is what happens when you do internal work. When you apply something like alchemy to your life, you are inviting those forces into your life to change you. And that's really important, because when we allow ourselves to be changed, that's when we open ourselves up to transformation and discovering the true possibilities that are available to us. So thanks for watching, and next week we'll share the final part of this particular story. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.